Today, I'd like to show you how to fix mistakes, especially when you're working on ribbing. Today's yarn is Peyton's Alpaca Blend in color Yam by yarnspirations.com. So before you finish your ribbing section, let's look and see if you have any mistakes. Now, mistakes would jump out like an extra little bar that comes across this knitted column, these two knitted columns. You might not see it if it's hidden in the purls. And I'm looking at this like this, and I'm not seeing it here. However, if I flip it over the back, I've already spotted one, and I want to show you how to fix it. This is on the wrong side, but we will fix it whether or not you're on the right or the wrong side. You'll be working on a knitted column. And either way, if you notice it, you can mark it and then come back to it later when you're done with your ribbing section and not fret that you messed up. I've got one back here too that I should have fixed as well. When I come back around to that round, I'll fix that. So let's look at fixing this. So I've got it pinned, and I'm come to the point of my knitting where I need to take care of it. So I've got this stitch here, and I just want to drop it off. Don't freak out, okay? So I'm going to pull it, and I'm going to get these little ladders coming out, okay? These lines coming in between the stitches are the ladders. Now, this is a roving yarn, so it may snag a little bit. Okay, I'm going to flip this over and work from the, as if I was going to be knitting, because that's actually really easy to solve in that direction. So you can flip your knitting around just like that. So I'm just using an appropriate size crochet hook. It doesn't really matter the size. I happen to be using a size E. It's just what I grabbed. Okay, you can see how it's a little harder with this one because it is grabbing. All right, so I've got all the way down to the stitch that was the issue. And this is actually the bar that was messed up. So it wasn't the one I grabbed here. Let's go pull that out. All right. So now all I want to do is pick up this stitch here. Okay. Make sure all the things are not snagged. Okay. So we're just going to go insert from the front, whether you're on the back or the front, just the front of the knit stitch. And then find this first bar here, and then pull it, turn your hook. If you're not familiar with using a crochet hook, you want to turn it so that this hook grabs onto here, and then it goes up through that loop that you first had on there. So let's do that again. Let me get a little closer. We're going to grab the first bar that you come to, and it's when you turn it, it's going to lock it in there, and it's going to go through this part here, which sort of makes a teardrop shape on the other side. So you turn it, and you get it, and we've done 2 stitches here. So we're just going to pull up and go through all of these just like that. And what it does is it makes a purl stitch on the other side. Okay, and so now this is ready to place back on our needles. And then we're going to flip over because that was the wrong side. And this one, I wanted to show you how to set it up. So when I put this on here, make sure that it's in the proper position. So if I pull it, do you see how we have a left leg of the stitch and a right leg of the stitch? I'm going to pull up right through the middle, and you can really see that. I'm going to pick that up with one needle and then place it back on this left side, like his little horse. So I have a little man facing this way, and he's got, this is his right leg and this is his left leg, or a little lady, whatever. So now I've got it situated in the proper direction, and I can move on. And then I'll just go ahead and purl that stitch. So the same thing would happen if you were on a purl or a knit column, and you can just flip it over to the right side of the work. There's another way to do it, but this is the way I want to solve it right now, especially for a beginner pattern. So we're going to keep going along here in our knitting, and sometimes you just make a mistake and you'll catch yourself, and so you want to do this thing called tink. It's simply knitting backwards. It's actually the word knit spelled backwards. Let's do that now. We're going to pull up on our stitch and find that last one we did, go backwards. Okay, and that's how we unknit. So I had accidentally knitted that purl stitch, and I'm going to yarn forward and then purl. So that's another way. So this is knitting backwards. So we're fixing mistakes as we go. I hope you enjoyed these tips and tricks today. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel for more. I also have knit alongs and loom alongs and crochet alongs on this channel. Be sure and click on the bell icon to get notifications when those come out. On behalf of Your Inspirations and Good Knit Kisses, I'm your host, Kristen, wishing you happy knitting. Bye-bye.